Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's video. We are doing a face of makeup I am currently obsessed with. So I wanted to do a chit chat, get ready with me style video, but also show you these products, how they perform, and why I am obsessed with them. So if you guys like unfiltered makeup opinions and honest reviews, definitely hit that subscribe button. Please consider subscribing and let's get into this video. Leave me a comment down below on any thoughts you have during this video. You guys can see I just put up a vlog on my channel of traveling to Manchester, Vermont. I will try and link it for you guys. But in that video, I shared like all of the products that I took with me traveling. And this has actually been a lot of product that I've been using lately. We're going to use the Pro Base from Makeup Academy. This is the Banana Blurring Primer. I just have a little bit on my hand here. A lot of the products that I've been using lately are great for the holidays. They are favorite products. They are products that I can't stop reaching for. And they are products that you can purchase right now. I can't stop reaching for them. And I wanted to share them all with you today. I'm actually in a I'm in a mood to use my Stay Naked foundation with my Toty Illumina CC cream. This is like one of my favorite foundation combinations. It's so beautiful. Stay Naked is in a very, very dark shade for me. It's like a shade too dark, and then the Toty Illumina CC cream is too light for me. It's almost white. And that was actually featured in my speed review video as well. And I have the shade 40 CP in the Stay Naked, which I love this one because it's a very it's such a beautiful consistency. It's like a satin foundation and it's really beautiful. But when I mix the two together, honestly, I get probably the best shade match. And typically I get a really good shade match when I match myself. But it just so happened that that was too light. The CC cream, way too light. And the Urban Decay Stay Naked was just way too dark. It didn't work for me. Sometimes that happens. I'm actually working on a shade matching video, and if you guys want to see that, please leave me a comment down below. I do have like a full drugstore video of a drugstore makeup kit that's under $80, but I have been working on shade matching, how to shade match yourself, especially online. It's really hard to do, and I tend to get my shade matching pretty spot on, like 99% of the time. Was just with these two, okay, 98% of the time, because that was two that I got wrong. But in my defense, it's okay. We're okay. Everything is okay. I did pretty good with the shade matches typically, so I'm pretty confident that I can give you guys like some information about what works and what doesn't work and how to shade match yourself. If you guys would like to see that during Vlogmas or even before Vlogmas, maybe during the holidays, leave me a comment down below. So I will try and link down below the Vlogmas from last year, 12 Days of Christmas. That's what I called it. You see, it's such a beautiful natural coverage. It's very like lumen, like I don't even know how to explain it. It's just like the perfect coverage. And honestly, this is what I was expecting the coverage to be from the Toty Illumina CC cream, and it wasn't. It was not even close to that. And it really just shocked me that it was not that at all. Okay. Now we're going to go in with my color correctors. Again, in my travel vlog, I told you these two are like my go-to ones, even if I'm just using a little bit. So we have like the salmony colored one, and I put this right in the inner corner because I get right in here, and I get blue right in here. I think it's just something that happens as you age. And then I also tend to cover my mom bags. That's what I call them. And that's basically what I use the salmony color for. There's so many different color correctors, but honestly, these are such a great price point. If I remember it, they're like $3 or $4. They were just released at the beginning of 2023, and they are just such a great steal. They're such a great color corrector. I actually don't have a lot of blemishes right now, but I do use the green one, and I color correct any red. My nose is a little bit red, but that's okay. And then I take my KVD vegan good apple, whatever you want to call it, the good apple concealer, and I literally just dot right on top of the salmon and then on the outer corners of my eyes. And then I've been doing dots because I feel like this concealer gets really loaded on the applicator, and it literally just gets loaded up, but you can just take one dip out and pretty much I can conceal like my entire face. It's going to be quite a fun escapade. And then I just use a brush and sheer this out. Blend, 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 blend. You can't even tell that I had a color corrector on because it's just so good. They just marry very well together, and the green marries really well into my skin. And I'll actually take the Good Apple concealer and I'll dot over the green once I'm done. That way it all just blends into it. But I've found that putting it right over that staminy color, because the shade is a little bit too light for me, as you can tell, it's a little bit light, but it also just helps like really brighten up my under eyes. I feel like I just like de-aged myself like miraculously. So next we're gonna go in with the Huda Beauty. This is the loose setting powder. I love this powder. The shade I have is Cupcake, by the way, and it has like almost a pink tint to it, but it is so finely milled and it is just so beautiful. Beautiful. I like using this Alamar brush. It is the brightening brush, and it's like perfectly angled to be able to just get on my under eyes and like set everything in place. And it's good with any kind of powder, like a powder. It's good with a loose powder. It's good with a pressed powder. Like it's so good. I have been using Juvia's Place lately, the blush. The blush in this is just so beautiful. I'm not talking about like the Barbie pink blush. I love this lavender lilac-y blush. It is so beautiful and it's so perfect for this time of year because it is cool toned and it just creates such a beautiful like kiss of winter, I feel like. We are in, if you guys are new to my channel, if you aren't new here, I am in upstate New York and we actually got snow the 1st of November and it was like a lot of snow. We're really lucky that it didn't stick because it would have been a disaster, like nobody was ready for it, but it was really beautiful, and so we got snow and we're projected to get snow by Thanksgiving. I'm not happy about that at all. But this blush from Juvia's Place is one of my favorites. I specifically bought it because it's a dupe for the Dior blush. That like cool undertone pink blush, like it literally is cold girl makeup to the extreme. It's just so beautiful. And the other blush that I really can't get enough of right now would have to be the Bare Minerals bronzer in Kiss of Pink. This one is also a favorite, but I have really been reaching for the Volume 4 from Juvia's. Like that's just, it's a favorite right now and it's so beautiful. Now for bronzer, this is technically in a project pan, which I do need to do a project pan update. I do realize I need to do one, but this is my project pan bronzer, and it actually, if you're watching my project pan, this is a spoiler alert. I've warned you. I've warned you. It actually ended up shattering and I had to go in and I had to kind of repress it. So it's kind of like falling apart and crumbly right now. It actually has like a piece that's like almost falling out of it, and I I did not take this one with me, but this is the bronzer that I have been using. I did take my Milani Silky Matte bronzer. I actually like that one as well because it is very cool tone for my skin, but the Physicians Formula Butter bronzer is like always been my favorite and I can't put it down. Just comment down below hashtag Project Pan, and then I can come back to this video and comment underneath it when I post a Project Pan update, which may not be until the beginning of the year because December has a lot in store. I don't know, like I've kind of been alluding to it in different places, like on social media, but also kind of on my YouTube channel because I'm going to Vegas in December. And I know I've mentioned that a couple of times, like in some of my speed reviews, like why I bought like a mini version of the Charlotte Tilbury and why I have some like minier versions of some other products. But I am going to Vegas in December, December 1st. My husband and I are flying into Vegas. We're doing like a kind of like a makeshift honeymoon, so to speak. I'm actually attending a creator event. Very excited about that. Now we have to work on the eyes. And the palette that I can't put down lately would have to be the I Need a Nude palette from Natasha Denona. I love this palette. It is so fun. It's easy to use. There's so many shades in here that I just love working with. It has some like mauve tones. It has some brown tones. It's cooler tone for me, but the foils are what really do it for me. I actually had this in the speed reviews as well. So again, go check out my speed review video. You guys can definitely get a take on like what this palette is about. I do have the Xenon palette, and I'm actually thinking about taking my Natasha Denona I Need a Nude palette and my Xenon palette and creating one palette to take with me to Las Vegas. This is like the palette that like I'm a neutral lover. I love neutrals, and this is such a beautiful palette. I think for holidays it's just stunning. So I'm taking a Singe EO2 and we're going to use Mesh, which this is just such a beautiful palette. Oh, I just love this palette. But again, I'm thinking about taking this palette and the Xenon palette and possibly my Xenon palette from Natasha Denona. I think I have the Love palette too. And kind of combining those all together and seeing if I can dupe the new Huda Beauty palette. I think it's a possibility. So we just kind of used the excess and we shaded the lower lash line. But honestly, I could stop here if I wanted to because that's just like kind of the mood I've been in lately. But I love the foil shades in here and they're just so beautiful and wet and lovely. So I'm going to take this shade down here. It's called Mia. It's pink and it's sparkly. I'm just going to put that all over the lid because that's what I'm feeling today. Like, it's just easy, it's simple. I mean, if I wanted to do a winged liner, I could use Silhouette, which is this really dark brown shade. I love this palette. It's so easy for me to come up with like really simple eyeshadow looks, especially with me being on the go and having kids. Like, if I just do a really quick eyeshadow look, I'm comfortable with that eyeshadow look, and that's what I like about it. I don't really need to put a lot of effort into it. It's easy. We have mascara. I am a mascara snob, but I've been using two lately because I found one kind of volumizes and the other one lengthens. And we have the Lash Princess Curl and Volume Mascara from Essence. And then we have the Kiko Milano 30-Day Extension Daily Treatment Mascara. I like putting this one on first because technically it is a lash treatment and it's supposed to help your lashes grow. I love this mascara because it's supposed to grow your lashes, but I found that this really lengthens my lashes first. And then when I put the essence over top of it, it really volumizes and it just creates a really beautiful mascara look. I'm typically not the type of person who loves combining my mascaras. Like, I want one and done. But these two have been my combination lately because they're just so easy to mix and I get very, very volumized lashes. So this is with the essence and this is without. So you can see the lift that it gives and then you can also see the volume that it gives. It's just a beautiful combination of mascaras. One of the last things that I can't stop using, this is like my go-to brow gel. It is the Sephora Brow Volumizing Fiber Mascara. And while I don't like how big the wand is, like it's huge, it's actually a really great fiber mascara. And once you get the hang of like filling in your brows with it, it actually is not a terrible brow mascara. Like, you have to get used to the brush. But this is what I look like with my brow filled in and then combed, obviously. It's just like natural brows, but then this is what it looks like without the brows filled in. And there's definitely a difference there. It definitely grips onto my hairs and it really like volumizes my eyebrows. And I can't get enough of this lipstick. It's the Satin No Face lipstick from e.l.f. in the shade Hustle. It's actually orange. I love it. There's just something about this shade that is so pretty. And sometimes I'll take like a highlighter and put the highlighter on top of it, like a powder highlight, or sometimes I'll just leave it like this. Like, I like the matte makeup look. I think it looks really beautiful. I've been kind of skipping highlighter recently. I've not really been using a lot of it. Maybe because we're in more of those like getting into winter months, I don't use a lot of highlighter. I have been using the Daydreamer palette from Electrum Cosmetics like off and on, but overall, like, I really haven't been using a lot of highlight lately. Like, there isn't really one that's been like catching my attention at all. Like, nothing. Okay, here you have it, a full face of makeup I'm completely obsessed with that I can't put down, makeup that I love. If you guys like content like this, definitely hit that subscribe button down below, hit that like button, and I hope I get to see you in my next video. Bye!